I talk to a lot of men who's gotten themselves involved with women that truly is not the best for them. But there are a couple signs that you really need to look out for that really show you might need to let her go. And I know relationships are not perfect. And I'm not saying you're perfect, you're probably not. She probably isn't. However, there are huge signs and red flags that you should look out for in a woman that show you really need to let her go. Welcome to Men's Mental Health Institute, and today we're going to be talking about the signs that show you need to let her go. Signs in a woman that show you need to let her go. If you hit these 3 signs, I really need you guys to reflect after this video whether or not you are actually the issue and your attachment to her is actually just the issue of preventing you from realizing that you can have a beautiful life with someone else. Number 1 is she is energy draining. Now, what does this mean? I understand when it comes to a man, you have the utmost value. You enjoy making a woman the queen of your empire. You don't mind providing. You don't mind meeting her needs. However, when it comes to conflicts, that's where a woman's true character shines. And if you are a man and you have a stable relationship, a stable woman in your household, in your family, she should be supporting you, inspiring you, motivating you to do better in the outside world, to achieve your dreams, to go and work harder in your day job, in your career, in your business. She should be the one that makes you feel inspired and motivated at a bigger life, at taking risks because you have her by your side. However, if number 1, she's draining your energy, and you can tell me right now, I hear this a lot in clients all of the time, that I don't know, maybe I just get frustrated, maybe I need to work on this, maybe I need to work on that, maybe I don't understand her in that way, which is great. That is actually perfect. You should be reflecting on what you need to work on and be accountable for. You should be working on things that she is complaining about. You should be trying to meet her needs. However, the next point I'm going to make specifically is if she is constantly unable to communicate and meet you halfway and take accountability for her emotions, her own emotions, and make you responsible for everything that she feels without being accountable for guiding you how to make her feel better, or even guiding you the steps in order for the relationship as a unit to grow and work things out, and she's constantly just giving you problems and complaining and draining all of your energy. You don't even go to work feeling inspired to tackle all the extra stresses that you have in your business and at work. This might be a woman that you need to let go. Number 2, and this one's very specific, is her words and actions constantly don't match. And now I want to explain this in a little bit more detail because there are a couple signs that are earlier in a dating process, much later in the relationship. If you guys dated for years now, that can cause problems. Both are different, and so I don't want you to get these mixed up, because words and actions not matching can reveal something else. When it comes to early dating, in the beginning stages of dating, a woman's words and actions might not match if she just doesn't like you enough. She's not interested enough, or she's not interested enough yet. If you guys only dated and went on a couple dates, right? Her words and actions might not match. She might tell you that she wants to see you on Tuesday. She cancels you on you last minute, and she says she'll see you on Thursday, or might not even reschedule. She says she really enjoyed the date, but then she cancels you last minute to see her again. She's kind of flaky. The beginning stages of words and actions not matching, most of the times, guys, I'm going to be honest, it's not that she's incapable of being consistent and aligned with her words and actions. It's just she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to yet. She doesn't like you enough yet. So many times men dwell on this fact, but that's just the normal progression of relationships, and you have to ask yourself this: if she's not even sure yet, why are you? Okay? And number 2 is actually the more problematic one. is when a woman's words and actions are constantly inconsistent or constantly not matching when you guys been in a long-term or even in a marriage. This is a bigger issue because this shows she has not been standardized by your rules, your standards, and your values of how you want the relationship to be. There was never a communication, a meeting, or discussion of what are the right and wrong behaviors that dictate how your relationship should be to be stable. When a woman's words and actions do not match, that shows me that you as a man have actually let her get away with a lot of things that otherwise made her feel that she didn't need to learn to fix those problems on her own. That if she says she was gonna do something for you and she didn't do it, there were no repercussions. If she said she was gonna go pick up the kids at 6 and she didn't do it and asked you to do it, there were no repercussions for how she just derailed your entire schedule for that day. And so why I'm saying the second one, where a woman's words and actions not matching when you're in a long-term monogamous relationship, marriage, is that it shows me actually that you as the man, your words and actions also haven't matched. What you expected, what you wanted out of a good behavior from a woman, what you needed from her, you let her learn that it's okay to not abide by those. And so when you see that, okay, when you see that she's consistently not meeting your needs, it might be time to let her go. And this is why as well. You might be thinking, oh, maybe I should just start regulating those rules right now. You can try that. It can work. And I always tell my clients that do not obviously come to conclusions without actually going to her, having a mature conversation and talking about these thoughts that you have. Always tackle the problem as it comes. If this video made you realize that you need to start regulating your rules and having your words and actions for how you want the relationship to be to start matching, you can talk to her about that. However, this second point that I'm talking about, where a woman's words and actions not matching, really again shows more about the character of a woman that you selected to be your partner at the end of the day. Most of the times there's a threshold for the amount of guilt that she is able to withstand when she takes advantage of you, for instance. And if you've told me that constantly, you've told her your needs, you just let her get away with it, right? And now that you're in a place where she's constantly, her words and actions are not matching, you can't believe a single word that she says. Yes, it's somewhat your fault, but it also shows this woman's character in her own threshold of being able to not feel guilt or having a large threshold of guilt for using you and taking you for granted. She doesn't feel bad that she ruined your schedule. She doesn't feel bad for not meeting your needs or not taking out the garbage, for instance, or not interrupting you during meetings. Little things that come out like that. It says more of her character than you, but also you haven't done the job to set your foot down. And the very last one that I want to talk about is if she's disrespectful. If she is disrespectful, I always say this in my videos and with my clients, a woman, even the most cunning and controlling of women, if a man is in his frame and sets the rules straight, set the boundaries straight, set the standards straight, almost works very strategically, institutionally, and logically, any woman will abide by his rules because she is afraid of losing you. However, when a woman is constantly disrespecting you, even if you do all that, right? Even if you've set your ground straight, you have to ask yourself, yes, again, maybe you can work on being more strict and stern with your rules and regulations for how you need to be treated. However, again, it shows more in a woman's character for having a high threshold of disrespect towards you than about what you can do. Because to be honest, and guys, think about this a little bit. Even if a woman has no attraction for you anymore, even if she pities you and you've lost your frame and you're fragile and flexible and no backbone, a good woman, a woman of high morals and grew up from a good background, will still give a man the humanity and respect that he deserves to people. Just because she's no longer attracted to you, she sees you as weak, that doesn't give her the right to constantly feel great about disrespecting you or not notice that she's disrespecting you. Not even notice the signs. Not even, or maybe she feels good about it. Again, ask yourself these 3 questions that I just went over, because those 3 tips are going to show you whether or not it is truly savable or it's time to let her go. And most of the times, I always tell my clients, there's always something as a man that you should be working on in relationships. There's always room for you to be a better version of yourself for someone else. However, a relationship makes out of 2. And if a woman's true character, if you did a bad job selecting a partner for you, and even if you've done everything, some of my clients can do everything that we've done together for a couple months, she will turn around a bit. However, it's still not to the satisfaction that you want in a relationship, which makes them realize that it was her character to begin with. I need you to ask yourself this question right now. If she's truly a cunning woman, right? You set your ground straight and she still tests you. You set your rules straight and she still disrespects you. You're just a little flimsy, and maybe you can work on a couple things to be more standardized. You can work on understanding where she's coming from a bit. Maybe she's withholding affection and attention and sex from you because she feels like you betrayed her in some way, disrespected her in some way. However, are the problems that are arising problems that show her character more or shows the relationship health? If you want to start working on your masculine identity and trying to really become the man that you've always wanted to be, you can start by fixing the things that you've realized from this video. Start standardizing what I called the 12 commandments of a good relationship backbone. However, even sometimes when you do that, even if she shows some sense of changed behavior, do you want to be with a woman of bad character? You need to ask yourself that question. Every relationship can be fixed and worked through, but the satisfaction of what you want out of a relationship, is it something that you want to work towards? Can she have the capabilities and skills to give you what you want? So ask yourself these questions. I am looking to work with a couple clients. If you want to work with me, click in the link in my bio. However, start working on these 3 tips right now. Should you let her go, these three are really big red flags when I work with clients that show a woman's character rather than the relationship health. Hi everyone, if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to follow us on TikTok and IG where we post daily, and YouTube where we post weekly.